Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to talk about the significance of political theory or the importance of political theory. And this is the last topic from Unit 1. Now, let us discuss about the significance of political theory. Political theory is very useful for the people at large. The study of political theory makes the people aware of the political reality and awaken their consciousness and realizing what happened in our surrounding. This means that political theory, it gives knowledge to the people about the reality of political life. It makes them to know and understand about the real events, the facts, the truth about the current conditions of society, state and government. They also come to know about the hindrances faced by the government in the solution of socio-economic problems and ensuring good governance. So political theory also helps the people to know about the hindrances. Hindrances means the problems or the obstacles. It helps us to know about the problems faced by our country, faced by our government, and it also helps us to know about the solution, how to solve the socio-economic problems, the problems in the society and the problems in our economy, so that to ensure good governance. Political theory also helps the people in understanding political situation and in acquiring conceptual and analytical clarity of political values like liberty, equality, democracy and justice, and judging the success or failure of the government to ensure these ideals to them. So political theory, it helps the people to understand the political situation, and it also helps the people to get conceptual ideas, clarity, to understand the political value like liberty. Liberty means freedom. It also helps the people to understand about the meaning of equality and how to achieve equality. It also helps the people to understand about democracy as the best form of government. It also helps the people to understand about justice, the kinds of justice and how to achieve justice. And it also helps the people to judge the success or failure of the government to ensure these ideals to them, or to implement all these ideals to the people. People who are politically enlightened, this means that people who have knowledge about politics, they are the asset to the state. Asset means they are very useful and valuable to the state. So people who have knowledge about politics, about the function of the state, government and the country, they are very useful for the state, for the society and for the country as a whole. People who have knowledge about politics, they can play active and useful part in political affairs. A knowledge of political principles is very essential to get rid of the fallacious notions and participate intelligently in the function of democratic process. So political theory, if we have knowledge about it, if we have knowledge of the political principles means the rules, the law in the politics. If we have knowledge about politics, it helps us to get rid. To get rid means to free ourselves from the incorrect, wrong, deceitful and false idea. If we have knowledge about politics, we will not believe in any wrong idea, or we will not believe in the incorrect and false idea and concept. And having political knowledge, we can participate intelligently in the function of democratic process. We can participate in the function of our state, in the function of our government. In a country where people are not mentally equipped with political knowledge, the standards in politics administration and statesmanship is not high. So in a country where the people are not trained and not having knowledge about politics, the standard in politics, the standard in the function of their state, governments is not high, it is very low if the people do not have knowledge about politics. If the peoples do not have knowledge about the function of their state and governments, the leaders and administrators in such country may not discharge their duties efficiently in the absence of political awareness among the people. So in the absence of political awareness, which means that if there is no knowledge in the people about politics, if the people do not understand, do not know about the function of their state and government, their leaders, their representatives, and all the administrators, they will not perform their duties properly. If the people are illiterate and uneducated, political theory also provides legitimacy to the government. Provide legitimacy means it gives law to the government, the law which is accepted by all the people, the law to be followed by the government. The government is not based merely on force or suppression. The government should not function by force, should not do anything by force or suppression. It has to make the rules and follow the rules and the law according to the consent. The political structure of a government follows one or the other political theory. For example, the USSR government found its support in communism to justify its political structure. So the USSR government or the government of Russia, it supports communism, it follows and believes in communism, and it adopted all the principles and the rule of communism. Communism is one of the ideology or is one of the political theory which is developed by Karl Marx. The other countries like China, North Korea, Laos and Vietnam, they also follows communism. Hitler and Mussolini sought support for their totalitarianism in Nazism and Fascism respectively. Likewise, the Indian government swear in the name of Gandhism and democracy. So the Indian government, it follows and adopted the principles of Gandhism, the principles of democracy and liberalism. The US government is based on the theory of liberalism, whereas the government of the Great Britain follows the principles of democratic socialism. The next significance of political theory is that it brings about social change. Political theory have brought about deep and profound changes in human history. Any change in society more or less influence its cultural, political and economic aspects. So all political theories have been influenced by the circumstances prevailing in their times who have thrown light on the goodness or badness of the then political institution. These theories either lend support to the status quo or suggested reforms, improvement or even advocated revolution to bring about social change. The utilitarian theory was a theory of reform, whereas Marxism was a theory of revolution. Liberalism was a theory of laissez-faire, whereas socialism was a theory of state control. Communism stands for dictatorship, whereas democracy stands for liberty and rights. The Indian revolutionary leaders like Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad and Rajguru were influenced with revolutionary ideas. The French Revolution was inspired by Rousseau's concept of general will. So all these political theory bring a great change to the society. To conclude, it may be remarked that the study of political theory can produce a better understanding of the prevailing ideology of the contemporary society. It helps us to evaluate critically what is implied in different political theories propounded by the classical and modern theories. The need and significance of political theory will never die since man is a social animal. So that's all for today. We have came to the end of this Unit 1. In the next class, we will start discussing about Unit 2.